Hello friends and welcome back. I'm so happy to be back in my sewing room. Welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I may not be sewing today. We'll see after I get my next quilt block cut out. I am cutting another block out for Celebrate with Quilts. Literally, I just sit down and put the box on my table. I don't have any idea what pattern I want to cut out. What block I want to cut out. I literally don't have anything on my desk to even cut one out if I wanted to right now. So, let's pick a block. I'd like to do a block that I haven't done yet. Let's see, this is a pretty block. Okay, I think the block I am going to be making is called the hatchet block. Let me turn this so you can put my hand over it. That's the block. I don't even know what fabrics. Let's see. We are doing the 6-inch blocks. So I have 3 colors that I have to do. I have to decide what my background is, and then it looks like we have quite a few background squares. So, I'm picking my background just from the fabrics I already have cut here. I'm trying to use up some of these instead of picking out new ones. I have a polka dot background. See if I have any other background. I don't have any other background. Well, I have this one, but I don't think this one will be enough. But I do have 3 colors that I have to use. So, let's see. And I have to cut several, so I can't use I can't use a jelly roll strip because there's quite a few pieces that I have to cut, and that might not be enough. I can use because I have a dark and then I have a light red. So I need to decide which one is going to be my dark. And I'm thinking where it should be light red. I think I'm going to try this as my background. I may have to pull some reds, guys. I may have to pull some reds. And y'all, I had to pull my bag, and when I pulled my bag, I tore my bag. So, okay, this is going to be my background. It's the white on white stars that's going to be my background. I'm going to pull my little table over here. Y'all see my beautiful little Valentine's and birthday thing I got from my daughter. She gave me a little handprint from my grandson. And I think it's just the cutest. Okay, so on the red, I actually need 2 shades of red. And I think all of my reds are kind of the same shade. I'm going to use this as my lighter red. See if I have more of that in here. I do have more of that. I'm going to let this be my lighter red. Find my white again. This to be my background, my light red, and this to be my dark red. So those are my fabrics. So let me get everything put up. I like to keep all my scraps because sometimes I can use them. But I'll keep this. And I do keep a lot of them in my box here because these are the ones I use a lot over and over. And because I want to use up, any of the fabric that I have that I possibly can. And see, there's only just a little bit of this in here. These are different reds right here. But I have some things already cut out in that background, so I'm going to keep them also. So let me get my box out of the way, and we'll start cutting and chit-chatting. Guys, I don't know if I could tell y'all enough. Thank you, everybody, so much for the birthday wishes. I had a good birthday. Even though on my birthday I worked my normal 10-hour shift. I got off at 4:30 p.m. I came home, I tried to rest, and I had to be back at midnight. And then I worked a 12-hour shift today. So that's all done though. So let me look at my background and see if we can't find some pieces, and let me get my little tray so I can get my alphabetties and put my alphabetties on my fabric. I have learned with this quilt that it is so much easier if you have your clips, your alphabetties, and a tray to put them all on. I do have my board sitting over here, but the pieces won't go on the board yet. So the first thing we are doing is seeing if we have anything. Okay, so that calls for 1 block for our A. Let me make sure it's the right size, because I had, like I said, I had some scrap here and it's perfect. So that's my A. I like to be able to use my leftover fabrics because I don't like wasting fabric. Because guys, I'm gonna tell you, when I went and bought all the fabric for this quilt, I like to have fill out. I've never paid so much for fabric for a quilt ever. So let's see. I need to see what size these are. I don't think these are big enough, but I'll see if I have anything this size. Do I have anything this size? I have 4 this size. And see, this is already done. I don't even have to cut it. What I am cutting, which y'all are probably wondering, is what am I cutting this for? Oh, and before I get into it, Joyce, happy birthday. I am recording this on Wednesday, but I think your birthday is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. You told me it was on the 20th. Happy birthday. I am doing this on the 19th, but when you see it, I don't know, you may see it on the 19th. It's just according to how fast I get this done. So I don't have anything else this size, so I can lay this over. See if I have any more scraps of that fabric. I don't. Okay, so I do have to cut out of my yardage, which means I need a lot more space than what I'm giving myself over here. Okay, since I'm having to cut out of yardage, I got my bigger ruler, and what I am doing is opening this up to find my selvages. I really want to cut my selvages off because I'd like to keep that to make another quilt with that. I want a selvage quilt. So that is what I am going to do. I'm going to put my selvages together before I get it to cut it too short. Before I cut it all too short, I'm going to get my selvages together. And how I do with my selvages, I cut 1 inch off. And how I do this is I just fold it over until I have it where I don't have such a long piece that I have to cut. And I know somebody's going to be losing their mind over what I'm doing here, but you know what? It's okay. It'll be okay. I don't need to know what line I'm using. I know, well, I should know this is from Old Glory because I've used it so many times. I generally try to cut 1 inch, but if I need to go bigger than 1 inch, I can go 1 1/4. It doesn't matter. Just to make sure I have the full selvage. I haven't decided how I'm going to use the selvages, but I'm going to design myself a quilt. It's going to be almost like a strip quilt or string quilt. But let me put these in my basket. Okay, so now that we have that done, this is my cut edge. This is my even edge right here. So that is the edge I need to be folding everything up to. Okay, once I get it all even, because I know that's my cut edge, so I know it is straight, I have to see what my largest piece is that I have to cut. And what I'll do is I'll cut by the largest piece. I'll cut a strip by that largest piece, and then I will cut my pieces out of that. So now what I'll do, I'll just fold it back end to end. Now, this strip should be enough to cut all of the rest of my background. And I'm going to tell y'all, if this has like a 5/8, 7/8 or anything, I'm just going to round up. I am not going to do the weird things. Okay, so I need 4 of these. It's so nice to be back in my sewing room. I knew I was going to come back for the live, for Tammy's live, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a video out for you guys. But I'm so happy I am, because let me tell you, I have been going stir crazy not being able to be in my sewing room, but I really needed the downtime. And am I 100%? No, I'm not, but I'm never at 100%. So, you know, I'll switch one for the other. It's okay. So this one here is my C. I need to put that in my tray. Okay, so I still need to get my B, and I need 4 of those. Now these are on a weird fraction, so I'm just cutting them up to the next size, but I need to trim down because it didn't need to be as wide as I cut the strip, and I cut the strip based off of the longest or widest one I needed. So all I do is I stack all 4 of them up, trim up. Okay, so that is our B. So we have all of our backgrounds cut out now. So how are you all doing? I've been watching lives. I did not get on at all. Tammy, I'm so sorry I didn't catch your live last night, Tuesday night. I really wanted to be on there and see you with Sean, but I was trying to get rest to go back to work. So unfortunately, YouTube does not pay the bills and work does, so that has to take priority. So the next one we're doing is this color. But anyway, I really wanted to catch that live, and I just couldn't. What size is this? That may be big enough. It may not be, but it may be. Is it? Y'all, oh my goodness. This is like a serious piece of scrap. It's like on the fold. And that's the perfect size. So let me get my iron heated because I need to press this out. While my iron is heating, I want to show y'all this. Look at that. Try to get it where there's no glare there. That's my little grandson's little fat chunky hand. It says, Happy Valentine's Day. I love you, Gigi and Pappy. My husband is Pappy. I was supposed to be Grammy. Well, I was actually supposed to be Grandma. But then I was Grammy. Now I'm Gigi. My granddaughter can say Gigi. My grandson can't yet. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I got it pressed out. So now I have to cut 4 of these out. I may not have enough on this one piece to get all 4 of them. That one is not quite the full size right there on that end. Looks like one end may be wider than the other. That one is. I'll take however many I can get. Okay, the other end of that is not wide enough. But I have 2 pieces. And I think I can get enough of the perfect size out of these 2 pieces. And I did. I got 4 pieces, which is all I needed. And this is our E. Now, this is going to be our F, G, and H. See how many I need and what I need and what size I got. And I've got a bunch of these little ones. Let's see what size those are. I don't need that size, I don't think. Yes, I do. I need 4 of them. Well, y'all, this is turning out good. And I had exactly 4 of them. So that is my H. I keep making sure I'm looking at the right one because they tell you a 3-inch, 6-inch, 9-inch, 12-inch block. And we're doing the 6-inch. See what size that is. See if I need anything that size. Yeah, that's a square. I can't get what I need out of that. So, and I need 4 of each of these. So I need to see what size this is. Okay, this will be good. So first thing I'm going to do is trim off the selvage on this. It's too small for me to do anything with, so I'm just discarding. And then what I'll do is I'll match these 2 ends up and cut my fabric. So guys, I'm just kind of walking you through how my brain works when I'm cutting fabric. This may not be the right way. There's no rhyme or reason, but I don't like waste. So I keep all these little pieces. And until I have a quilt done, I will continue to keep those pieces. I've actually got a box back here that's got pieces in it for a quilt that is done that I need to pull them out and put them in a scrap bin for me to do what I need to do with it. And another thing with this quilt, make sure to trim down your blocks, because if you're rounding up on your cuttings, you want to make sure to trim down before you piece it together. I know that is so easy to forget, because I forgot. I forgot already on one of my blocks, and I had to undo it and get it right. So let's see. I need 4 of these. I have gotten all of my pieces cut for the sew along for Thursday night with Tammy. That's what I got. And I got to use some of my scrap up, which is really great. So this was short and sweet on this one. So let me put this up and we'll see what else we may be able to cut. I may not cut anything else. It's just I wanted to come on with you guys and just sit here and do a little something, even if it's not sewing with you, because this is an important part of making that quilt. You've got to cut your fabric or you don't have a quilt. So guys, thank you so much for joining me just for this little bitty chit chat and me showing you, how my mind works when I cut fabrics. I am very frugal. I am very, I don't know what to call it. I'm not a penny pincher because I spend my pennies. But when it comes to my fabric, I want to make sure I have enough to make the quilt. And I buy, most of the time, exactly what it says to buy. But for this quilt, I did buy a lot of extra because I wanted extra left over. In case I wanted to put borders. I may want to do a scrappy border. I don't know what I'm going to want to do. I do know I am going to have one border around it, and then I may do a scrappy going around that. Not sure yet, but thank you for joining me. I know it's been a while, and my videos aren't very consistent right now, but guys, I'm getting the rest I need. And I'm just taking my time. So thank you for being patient with me. Give me a thumbs up before you roll out of here. Subscribe, like, share, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. But do leave a comment. Tell me what you think. How do you cut your fabrics out? Are you doing yours one block at a time like I am? Or are you going out there and just cutting several blocks at one time? I should cut several blocks. But guys, I'm going to tell you, it is just a little after 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and I got off at noon, and I have not gone back to bed yet. So I'm really tired. I really need to take a nap. So I really appreciate y'all coming and sharing this little bit of time with me. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.